Namashristam manamapi Vishachiputram Atasrupam Rupam tasagajamuri purim Maturim kostuvalatim Radha kunda magiriparam Ahoradika madhvasam Rapto yasya pratita kripaya Sri Gurum tam natosmi Urave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadali Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Anandalila Maya Vigrahaya Hema Bhadyabhyatchavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vihina Aparara Lakshe Chittasya Kamaritoram Gamandi Kripamayitam Sharanam Bhavanam Vrinde Namaste Sharanaravinda Vrinde Namaste Sharanaravinda Govinda Namo Dharamadaveji Govinda Namo Dharamadaveji Govinda Namo Dharamadaveji Govinda Namo Dharamadaveji Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Govinda Namo Dharamadaveji Sham Sundar Shikanda Shikar Smaha Sumurali Manora Radhikar Skumam Kripanidhe Supriyachana Kinkurim Kuru Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tayabina Jivikyaya Devi Tam Namam Chanantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands and thousands of times at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmadip Paramaradhatama Guru Pada Padma, in Nitya Leela Pravisht Om Vishnu Pad, Ashtotara Satasisimad, Varupanuga Acharya Varya, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, I offer my pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada and to all of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. And finally, I offer my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. apani karimu bhakta bhavayangikare apani achari bhakti shikamu sabai. Before the appearance of our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this world in 1486, Sri Krishna, he made up his mind, apani karimu bhakta bhava angikari, I will appear in this world, but not in my Krishna Swarup. Rather, I will accept the mood of my own devotee, and I will teach all the people of the world how to practice devotional service to me by my own example. So when Sri Krishna, adorned with the sentiments and complexion of his dear most beloved Srimati Radhika, appeared in this world as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he performed the most astonishing pastimes. Gorangera Madhur Lila Jara Kane Praveshira Vidya Nirmala Belota. If someone will hear the beautiful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to go really into their ear and into their heart, then all anarthas, all obstacles on the path of devotional service will be cleansed away, and their heart will become nirmal, purified. In that nirmal heart, then sarva bhakti sadhana udgham, all the confidential aspects of sadhan, bhajan, raganuga bhakti, they are awakened. So first of all, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he put stress on Harinam Sankirtan. Everyone should come together and loudly sing the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dine Ishvara Darshan, Nama Sankirtan, Ratri Swaruprai Sane Rasa Ashwadan. And in his later pastimes, during the daytime, Mahaprabhu would go to the temple to have darshan of Sri Jagannath Dev and dance in kirtan. Dine Nritya Kirtan Ishwara Darashan. And in the night, Ratri Swarup Rai Sane Rasa Ashwadan. In the night he would meet with his very confidential associates, Swarup Damodar and Roy Ramananda, and relish rasa. That doesn't mean that he gave up kirtan, because also loudly he used to chant at night. But to nourish his bhav, to deepen his realization, he used to be in sadhu sangha and listen to Harikatha, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, Gita Govinda, Krishna Kanamrita, and the poetry of Vidyapati and Chandidas. Would relish all of these things. So don't think when you become advanced then you stop doing kirtan, loud sankirtan. No. Sadhya sadhana tattva jai kichu sokal hari naam sankirtane milibe sokal. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, all the truths in regard to sadhana practice and sadhya, the goal of life, all have been put together in this Harinam Sankirtan. When Braja Gopis feel separation from Sri Krishna, what do? They sing Krishna's glories loudly. So there is a logic that the activity that is performed in perfection is favorable for the person in the stage of practice. In other words, because those who are perfect, those who are eternally perfect, Radhika herself, drowning in an ocean of love and separation from Krishna, loudly sings the names of Krishna. Therefore, the best practice is to loudly sing the names of Krishna. So whether you're in the beginning of your spiritual life or there's no end, but when you become Siddha, perfect, the best thing is loud Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vidyavadhu Jivanam. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. If you don't do this, you will not get transcendental knowledge, or you will be like a dead person. Don't think because you are breathing, you are alive. Even the bellows of the blacksmith, they inhale and exhale. But there's no life there. So where is life? Where there is Harinam Sankirtan, there is life. So only as we go on chanting the holy names, the internal experience changes, grows and develops in a very wonderful and mystical way. Once I was traveling with my Guru Pada Padma, with my spiritual master in the Philippines. We were staying in a very private place on a beach on the island of Cebu, because Gurudev was having a private writing retreat. At that time he was composing his commentary on the Bhajan Rahasya of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he said to me, now I am writing this, I am realizing how Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in the form of Kamala Manjari, is serving the divine couple. In the morning time, after chanting for many hours, sitting alone, Gurudev, his doctor said he should exercise a little, so he would walk on the shore of the ocean. He was walking there. When he came back from his walk, he said, this place reminds me of Jagannath Puri. Always be in Jagannath Puri with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, like Raghunath Das Goswami, because that is favorable for bhajan. Chaitanya Charitamrita is not a book just to read and keep on the shelf. It is a place to live. Live there, in the pages of Chaitanya Charitamrita, by always hearing, chanting and remembering the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. They are rising early in the morning, doing arti, remembering mantra, chanting Harinam, coming together, singing kirtans, discussing Srimad Bhagavatam together, celebrating all our devotional life is based on their life. Actually, so it's not so difficult. One night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asleep, and he wasn't waking up in time to get ready to go to the morning arti. Why? He didn't want to get up, because in his dream he was seeing the beautiful Rasalila. In his dream, he was on the bank of Jamuna. Radha Krishna there was singing, dancing, with all their Sakhis playing musical instruments. But because his servant Govinda thought that he will miss the arti of Lord Jagannath, he came and woke him. Usually he wakes up spontaneously, but his servant today woke him. Then when he opened his eyes, and the vision of Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan disappeared, he was heartbroken. He was devastated. But he got up and he went to the temple of Lord Jagannath. He came there before Lord Jagannath did. When no one can describe how he feels when he sees Lord Jagannath. Because he is absorbed in the mood of Radharani in Vrindavan. He does not see this big eyes and arms like this, short, and Subhadra in the middle, and Sri Baladev Prabhu on the other side. He does not see. He sees Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan. And he becomes mad. He has to put his hand on the Garuda Stamba to steady himself. And by the influence of Mahabhav, the highest love of Radhika, even the stone beneath his feet melts and his feet sink into the soft stone. So his footprints are there. And his hand with which he steadied himself on the Garuda Stamba, the imprint of his hand is there because the pillar also melted. And Mahaprabhu fell unconscious. When he came back to the Gambhira, small room in the house of Kashi Mishra, then he was revealing his heart, what he was feeling. Saundaryamrita Sindhu Bangalalana Chittadri Samplavaka Kana Nandis Nama Ramya Vachana Kotendu Sitangika Saurabhyamrita Samplavavrita Jagat Piyusha Ramyadara Sri Gostendra Suta Sakashli Palat Panchindriyanyalime. Just as Radhika, when she goes out into the forest to pick flowers, on the pretext of picking flowers, in the hope that she may catch a glimpse of the son of Nanda Maharaj there, who has gone into the forest on the pretext of taking his cows to graze, but actually to meet with Radhika. Vrindavan is like this. Everyone's pretending to do one thing and doing another. And when she sees a very beautiful son of Nanda Maharaj, Shyama Sundar, then she becomes overwhelmed. Saundaryamrita Sindhu Vanga Lalana Chittati Samplavaka. The chitta of Braja Gopis, being very dharmic, being very religious, being very pure, is high like a mountain. But the beauty of Krishna is like an ocean. And this ocean comes like a big tidal wave and submerges the mountain of Gopis' chitta. They become lost in that Saundarya, in his beauty, which they drink through their eyes. Kana Nanda Sar Nama Ramya Vachana. And their ears become overwhelmed with the nectar of Krishna's voice. How Krishna speaks so sweetly. Oh Radhika. If someone will say, or if I will say to you, that my heart and your heart is one. I and you are one. If I will say to you that I am your beloved and you are my lover, this is just empty words, just talk. If I will say that I belong to you and you belong to me, then this is also inappropriate. Why? Because the word I and the word you in reference to us is not meaningful. It is not truth. How Krishna speaks such loving words, melting the heart of Radharani, pouring nectar in her ears, by his words in her eyes, by his beauty, Kautendu Sitangika. And when Krishna embraces Radhika, then his touch is more cooling than 10 million moons. Saurabhyamrita Samplavavrita Jagat. And then she takes his fragrance, which seems to pervade the whole universe, Piyusha Ramyadra, and tastes the nectar of his lips. All her senses at once, they're trying to taste Krishna, but actually it's not possible. Because Manashastan Indriyani Prakritistani Karshati. Krishna said the mind is the chief of the senses. And controlling them, it will prioritize one sense over another. If you're looking at something, you become distracted and look at something. Even though your ears are there, you don't hear. So the mind will prioritize one sense. But all the senses of Radhika, she's not saying they are going to Krishna. She's saying Sakashli Balat, his beauty, his fragrance, his sound. They are catching all of her senses by force and pulling them. That means her attraction is spontaneous. There is no volition involved in this. And so in this way, just as a horse that has 5 riders sitting on its back trying to ride the horse in 5 different directions at the same time, then the poor horse will collapse. So Radhika said, seeing the beauty of Krishna, all my senses are competing and pulling my mind in 5 directions, and so I faint. So this is why Mahaprabhu fainted when he saw Lord Jagannath. Because he's experiencing the beauty of Krishna through the eyes of Radhika. When you come in front of the deity of Krishna, do you see like this? This is darshan, actual darshan. So when Mahaprabhu returned to his bhajan kutir, he was crying. Each time I try to see Krishna, meet with Krishna, then either someone wakes me up from a dream or I faint or whatever. One time he was trying to have darshan, and an old woman who was too short and couldn't see over the crowd because Mahaprabhu was at the back, she tried to climb up the Garuda Stamba, but it was very slippery, so to get a grip she was just putting her hands and feet on the shoulders of nearby people. So she put her foot on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's shoulder. And then she stood looking at Lord Jagannath. So Krishna, Mahaprabhu's servant, Govinda, he came and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he grabbed her and pulled her down. Because don't keep your feet on the shoulder of a sannyasi. This is not Vaishnava etiquette. So when Govinda did this, then Mahaprabhu's trance of relishing the beauty of Lord Jagannath in the form of Shyamasundar in Vrindavan was broken. And he saw what happened. And he chastised Govinda. "Oh, you Adivasi." No, Adivasi means aboriginal person, outside of all the castes. You primitive being, why did you do that? I pray to her to have such eagerness to see for Lord Jagannath's darshan as that she has. I want that eagerness. And now he looked and saw Baladev and Subhadra. So Subhadra is never there in Vrindavan Leela. She was born after Vrindavan Leela. She's Krishna's sister from Devaki in Mathura, and she was born later. But Krishna saw her, was with her, and Radharani saw Krishna and Subhadra and Balaram together at Kurukshetra when the Brijbasis went to Kurukshetra. So Mahaprabhu thought, how did I come here to Kurukshetra? And he became very sad that he'd lost his darshan of Vrindavan Leela. So Mahaprabhu said, "Prapta pranasta chuta vita atma yayo vishadojita deha geha grihita kapal kadhamako me Vrindavanam sandriyas shishya brindaha." Speaking to his intimate associates, he said, "Alas, I attained Krishna for a moment, who is the Vitta, he's the treasure of my life. But now I have lost that treasure." So now in this state of disappointment, my mind is so disillusioned, lamenting so much, and self-disparagement, criticism, atmaninda, criticizing himself so much that he decided to leave home. Now you may say, Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi, so he already left home. But from the point of view of bhajan, then your mind is living in this body. So he says, Deha Geha. This body is like the home of my mind, and my mind has now become so disappointed, disgusted He left everything. My mind left this body, he's not living here anymore. And he became a Kapalik yogi. So Kapalik yogi is one type of ascetic. Actually they're not devotees, but they do, being disgusted with worldly life, they just leave everything and do hard austerities. They wear only a torn cloth. They carry a little bag to put the things that they've begged. They carry a hollowed out gourd as a begging bowl. They wear a turban and they keep one ivory earring. And they wander from here and there, doing hard austerities and meditating, like yogis. So Mahaprabhu said, my mind has become like that. Now my mind is wandering. He's carrying Asha Juli. That means the bag of my aspirations. Bhakti is the gradual development of Asha. Aspiration. What do you want? What do you want from life? What you want, you'll think about that and you'll be absorbed in that. So if you want a very nice and comfortable, luxurious situation for yourself, then you'll always be thinking of that. And if you have Asha Bandha, an unbreakable hope to be in the family of Radha and Krishna, among their associates, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Nanda and Yashoda, Subal and Sridham, that family. If you have that hope, then your mind will always go there. So that he's carrying the Asha Juli, the begging bag of spiritual aspirations. And Trishna Lao, the carved out gourd, squash of Trishna, thirst. Intense thirst. For what? The Naam, Roop, Gun and Leela, the name, form, qualities and pastimes of Shri Krishna. His head is wrapped with the turban of lobe, greed. And he has some disciples. They are, Mahaprabhu said, my senses are his disciples. And he sends them out begging, collecting, and the disciples beg some, they come and they give it to their guru. So his senses are going out begging to hear the beautiful katha of Krishna, his beautiful pastimes, and bringing them back to my mind, and in this way mind can stay alive. And that Kapalik yogi, he's wearing an earring. This earring was made by a master craftsman. Who? No? Shukadev Goswami. Shukadev Goswami in 5 chapters of Ras Panchadhyay, chapter 29 to 33 of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the pure earring that has been carved by the master craftsman, Shukadev Goswami. Mahaprabhu is indicating that he's always listening to that. Bhagavana Pitaratri Shadut Fulla Malika Viksharanta Manastakya Yoga Maya Mupasvita. From the first verse to the last 5 chapters. Mahaprabhu's intimate associate, Swarup Damodar Goswami, memorized all 5 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Mahaprabhu, he used to wander in the beautiful flower gardens along the shore of Jagannath Puri. And Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is very expert at singing, he used to sing these beautiful verses of Rasa Leela. So Srimad Bhagavatam has Achintya Shakti, inconceivable power to awaken love of God. Just one verse, one line, one word. If you hear this Srimad Bhagavatam, recite this Srimad Bhagavatam, and it will give you darshan of Krishna's astonishing pastimes in Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu has set the example in his life. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramana Mamalam Prema Pumato Mahan. Of the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam. Must read, study Srimad Bhagavatam every day, chant and be absorbed in that. Mahaprabhu is teaching us by his own example. Srimad Bhagavatam is not ordinary. In the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, there Sutta Goswami is saying, Kasmai Tena Vibhasito Yamatulo Jnana Pradipa Pura Tadrupena Chanaradhaya Munaye Krishnaya Tadrupena Yogindraya Atmanata Bhagavatrataya Karunyatas Tatshuddham Vimalam Vishokam Amritam Satyam Param Dhimahi. In the first verse, Satyam Param Dhimahi, last verse, Satyam Param Dhimahi. But what is that Satyam Param Dhimahi? Not clearly explained. That it is Krishna. But in the end, there is clearly explained. Sutta Goswami is saying, Kasmai Tena Vibhat Toyam Atulo Jnana Pradipa Pura. That Satyam Param Dhimahi. May we meditate on Krishna, the Supreme Lord, who in the beginning of this creation, he vibhasita. That means he revealed, he illuminated this jnana pradeep. He revealed this lamp of torchlight of spiritual knowledge to Brahma, Chaturmukh Brahma. Here the implication, vibhasita, means that Krishna did not write, he did not compose Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? Srimad Bhagavatam is nitya, anadi ananta, unlimited, no beginning, no end. Srimad, as Krishna has eternal swarup, eternally existing form, so Krishna also eternally exists in the form of Lord Nrsimhadev, Lord Ramachandra, Varaha, and so on. All these forms are eternally existing. So in the same way, Srimad Bhagavatam is one eternal swarup of Krishna. So no question of composing, compiling. Only Vibhat Sitoyam, Supreme Lord, revealed to Brahma his own eternal swarup in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Tadrupena Chanaradaya. Then, Tadrupena means the Supreme Lord in the form, Tadrup, in the form of Brahma, revealed that Srimad Bhagavatam to Narad. Munaye Krishnaya Tadrupina. And then Krishna, in the form of Narad, Yogindraya, revealed Srimad Bhagavatam to Shukadev Goswami. Bhagavatrataya Karunyatas. Then Krishna, in the form of Shukadev Goswami, revealed Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. Bhagavatrata. So the meaning here is very important. Sutta Goswami is revealing the nature of Bhagavat Parampara. Why is it called the Bhagavat Parampara? Because the only speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. Understand it clearly. The speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. Krishna took the form of Brahma and spoke to Narad, then he took the form of Narad and spoke to Shukadev, and then he took the form of Shuk and spoke to Parikshit Maharaj. So the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. That is not only true then, that is true today. Guru Krishna Rupahaya Shastra Pramane, Guru Rupa Krishna Kripa Karen Bhakta Gane. Diksha Guru is one form of Krishna through whom Krishna distributes his Kripa, mercy, in the form of the Qatar of Srimad Bhagavatam and Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Sakshat Haritvaina Samasta Shastre. Sri Guru is Sakshat Hari because Sri Krishna appears there and he is speaking, revealing Srimad Bhagavatam. Understand? So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam means to be in the presence of Krishna himself, revealing himself. Only the sun can reveal the sun. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was relishing Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of his intimate devotees. So Damodar Goswami described how when Krishna was dancing with Braja Gopis in the Rasa Leela, because Radhika was in man, she became upset. Then Krishna abandoned everyone and taking Radhika alone. At that time all gopis were searching. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And gradually they discovered his footprints. And near those footprints, they saw walking beside him was the footprints of another gopi. Anaya radito nunam Bhagavan Hari Ishvara Yanno Vidhaya Govinda Prito Yam Anayadraha. So the friends of Radharani, they recognized her footprints. And they were in so much ecstasy, they were in so much bliss that they could not speak. So they have not spoken this verse. And the anti-party, those who are against Radharani's group, Chandravali and her Sakhis, they also recognized the footprints, and they were so jealous and upset, they also could not speak. So they didn't say anything. They didn't speak this verse. And the Tatastha Paksha, the gopis who are neutral, they're neutral, so they didn't care so much, so they didn't speak also. So those gopis who are Surit Paksh, they are not in Radhika's group, but in a group which is friendly to Radhika's group, like Shamala. When they saw the footprints, then they have said this, Anaya radito nunam Bhagavan Hari Ishvara. Two meanings here, very sweet. One meaning here is that Bhagavan Hari Ishvara is not Krishna. Not Krishna. It's Bhagavan. Gopis don't think that Krishna is Bhagavan. So, here Bhagavan Hari Ishvara means Lord Narayan. So in Nanda Maharaj's house, Nanda Maharaj is worshipping Lord Narayan, Shalagram Shila. So gopis also, they worship a form of Lord Narayan, where on the bank of Manasi Ganga there is a temple, Haridev, Bhagavan Hari Ishvara. And gopis, when they go to Govardhan, they go and they pray and they worship Bhagavan Hari Ishvara, that Haridev, on the shore of Manasi Ganga. So those gopis, they said, oh, this gopi whose footprints we see next to Sri Krishna, she must have worshipped Krishna. She must have worshipped, Bhagavan Narayan, Bhagavan Hari Ishvara, more than any of us. Why? Because Yanno Vihaya Govinda, because the cowherd boy Govinda has taken her away. She's alone with him and he has left all of us. So she must have worshipped God to pray for this, and because God was pleased with her worship, then look what happened. Her boyfriend has abandoned us and only with her. How fortunate she is. Then another meaning, you can take Bhagavan Hari Ishvara refers to Krishna. In this sense, Bhan means one who possesses, and Bhaga means passionate love. Bhagavan, one who has a passionate love for his devotee. Hari, one who steals. Everyone knows Krishna is a thief. And Ishvara means one who is capable, one who is competent, one who is capable and competent of cheating all of us. Cheated us all, abandoned us in the middle of the night and went away with this person. Anaya radito, Srimati Radhika. So they were searching. Gopis were searching everywhere. But Vrindavan is a wonderful place. When Krishna was taking Radhika alone through the forest, they saw some trees with their branches intertwined and creepers hanging down with so many flowers. like making a curtain. And Krishna took Radhika cup and opened the creepers and went inside. And inside there was a very huge area, so beautiful, with very comfortable beds and pillows, and mirrors, and kumkum and chandan, kasturi, with chamaras and all kinds of paraphernalia for loving pastimes. Just as you know, when Krishna lifted Govardhan hill and he called all the Brajbasis to go underneath, they saw there was some jeweled staircase going down, and when they got there they saw, what a resort. Everything was there, hot and cold running water, AC. Not electronic, but by Yogamaya, by the mercy of Giriraj Govardhan, all beautiful things for them. So when Krishna took Radhika into one kunj, it was a wondrous world where they can enjoy their sweet pastimes. In the meantime, the other gopis are going here and there, looking, trying to follow footprints, and they came somewhere near that kunj. But because Brinda Devi, the goddess of the forest of Vrindavan, she's arranging all these things for the perfection of Radha Krishna's Leela. So Brinda Devi told some bumblebees, a swarm of bumblebees, to fly around that entrance to that kunj. So that's what, if there's a swarm of bumblebees, you don't go there, right? So all those bumblebees, they were like gods. So when the gopis were looking, they didn't go inside, searching him. So Radha and Krishna's pastimes were going on very beautifully. So then Krishna was thinking, after some time they're bound to find us. So he wanted to walk further, more deeply into the forest, to avoid being discovered. But Radhika, she wanted her Sakhis to catch up with them. So she said to Krishna, "Oh, I am so tired, I cannot walk any further. If you want to go further, then you should carry me." So then Krishna could hear the other gopis were arriving, and he thought, if other gopis will catch us, they'll blame Radhika. But if I will disappear, then she'll be in terrible separation, and they'll feel sympathy for her, instead of blaming her. And when they see the fire of her separation is like a great conflagration, an inferno, compared to their separation, which is like a firefly, then they'll, instead of thinking, I am the most fortunate person, as they thought before, they'll honor Radhika. And then when you honor someone who has more bhakti than yourself, then their bhakti overflows and comes to you. So then all the Braja Gopis, they'll become uplifted to higher and higher levels of Prem just by seeing Radhika's separation. So Sri Krishna disappeared. Ha nata ramana presta koasi koasi mahabha. Just te kripanayane sakhe dashya sanhitim. Radhika weeping. Ha nata ramana presta. You know that place in Vrindavan? The Prakatstali of Radharaman. That is the place. Gopal Bhatta Goswami was realizing this pastime when Radhika cried out, Ha nata Ramana, oh my Ramana, my Preshta, Kwasi Kwasi Manahabhuja, where are you with your strong arms? I am dying in the absence of your embrace. And Radhika fainted. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami was realizing this, and his Shalagram Shila could not tolerate and manifest the form of Ha nata Ramana Prishta Rama Radha. So Krishna disappeared, and the gopis arrived there. But they began to sing the glories of Krishna. And gradually Radhika came back into sense, and she was weeping. Oh, I was proud. I took Krishna alone. All my Sakhis are so dedicated to me, but I also left them and went alone with Krishna. It was wrong. And she was criticizing herself. But Krishna was hiding and watching. Now what will they do? What will Radhika and all gopis do? So they were looking, and Krishna was retreating further and further into the forest. So then the gopis thought, if he doesn't want to be seen by us, then it doesn't matter how far we go, he'll retreat further and further. So this will not work. So they came back onto the shore of the Jamuna. And together they began to sing, do Nam Sankirtan, Gun Kirtan, Leela Kirtan, sing the glories of Krishna. Jayoti te adhikam janmana praja Sayato indira shashvadatrahi Daita drisyatam dikshutavakas Tvaidrichashavas tham vichinvate. O Krishna, we are your maidservants. We've been searching for you everywhere. Please show yourself to us. Tvaidrichashavas, our pran is living in you. In other words, we cannot live without you. This is a wonderful thing about Prem. Preeti, love, Prinati, in Sanskrit, Prinati, she loves. This is not a transitive verb that has an object. You have the karta, the person in the nominative case, is the agent of the verb, and then that verb has an object, usually. I love you. So nominative pronoun, then the verb, and then the object in English. Why? Because we think we are the doers. We are doing the loving. The loving comes from us. But Preeti, Bhaktaha Krishnai Prinati, means that there is no karma. No, that karma here means object of the verb, accusative, for love. Because karma is something that is your object that you want to get, that you want to attain. But love is something else. In Sanskrit, who is the Vishai, the object of the love, is in Adhikarana, in the locative case. That means the person is not the doer of the love. This love is causeless. It has no cause. It is eternal. It's perfect. This love is not something that you do, it's something that happens to you. And its location is the adhikaran, the object, the person who is loved is the resting place of that love. So, in love, there is happiness. But this happiness depends on the happiness of the object of love. Understand? If you say, I love chocolate, but actually you don't. Because you are not, when you eat the chocolate, you never think, oh chocolate, how do you feel about this? You are only thinking how you feel. So love is not, the love is in the other person. And when the other person feels happiness, then you feel happiness. This is love. Gopis are saying, Tvaidritashavas, our prana, our whole life is living in you. So without you, we will die. We cannot stay alive. Krishna was watching and relishing. Krishna also relishes Harikatha. When gopis speak, he's relishing their prem. Finally, they could not live any longer. And gopis said, Yate sujata charanam buruham staneshu Vihitashanai priyadadhi mahika kasheshu Taina tavim matasitad vatataina kim swit kurpadibi ramatidhi pavudayushamna. O Krishna, your lotus feet are softer than the petals of a lotus. And therefore, when we take your lotus feet and we hold them on our breast, we lower your lotus feet onto our body very, very slowly. Because karkasheshu means rough, hard. Our breast is so hard, so rough, we think, oh, perhaps you'll feel some discomfort. You'll feel some inconvenience. So if we feel like that when we hold your lotus feet to our hearts, then how are we feeling now when you are wandering around in the forest? Perhaps here on the bank of Jamuna, Kurpadibi, we think that you may step, Kurpadibi means upon some sharp stones. And only thinking of this, Brahmatidhi, we become completely bewildered. Bhavadaya Shamna, because our life is living in you. Why did Braj Gopi speak these words? Because in the previous verse they have said, Swajana ridrujam jani sudanam. O Krishna, chajam manak chanas tvatsprihatmanam swajana ridrujam yani sudanam. Please release just one drop of nectar that can cure our ridruja. So ridruj means disease of the heart disease. Ridruja, ridrog, the disease of the heart. Now in common terms, everyone knows what ridruja is, ridrog. Heart disease is lust. Bhaktin param pagavati parilabhyakama ridrogam ashapahaino chatirena dhira. Shukadeva Goswami said, if you hear this Rasa Lila, then your ridrog will go away. Because that is lust. So gopis are saying, give us some drop of nectar which will be a medicine to cure our hridrog, the disease of our... So in their separation, it was as if they could hear Krishna speaking to them. He wanted to hear, oh gopis, what is this hridrog you have? Tell me more about this disease you have in your heart. So in answer, gopis are saying this verse, Yat te sujata charnam buruham stanesh. Krishna said, and why do you want to hold my lotus feet on your breast? Why is that? So Braj Gopis, in this verse they're saying, oh Krishna, actually we want to keep your lotus feet on our heart. But on our heart is our breast, so we have to hold your feet there. But really we want to hold them to our heart. This is the reason. So, but your feet are so soft. We're in now complete anxiety. Before, the gopis also expressed anxiety about the pain that Krishna may be feeling. Chalasi yad prajach charayan pashun nalina sundaram natate padam shiladrinankure sidati tina kalila dhammana kanta gachasi. O Krishna, during the daytime when you take your cows to graze out in the meadows, at that time we remember your lotus feet and we become very worried that you may, Shila Trinankurai means sharp points of the dry grass. You may step on this. And when we think of this, we start arguing with ourselves. Our mind says, Oh Gopi, how can you stay alive when Krishna's wandering barefoot in the sharp grass? And then we say to our mind, oh, there are no sharp things in Vrindavan. Vrindadevi, she makes everything soft. Then our mind says, no, you are very cruel. I have seen so many sharp grass here and there. But Krishna likes to play there, in the forest. I don't know why he takes such pleasure in this. Because by us, whomever we associate, we become like that. So is it that because Krishna's feet are so soft, when the grass associates with his feet, then it becomes soft? Or is it that Krishna keeps his feet on our heart, and our breast is so hard that his feet have become hard, so he doesn't feel anything? We don't know. So gopis are quarreling with themselves, just becoming lost in thoughts of Krishna's lotus feet. But even though Brinda, she has made all the meadows very soft, but Anishta Sankani Bandhu Hridayani Bhavanti. When there is love for someone, then that's always accompanied by anxiety that something terrible might happen to them. That's the nature of love. So gopis, they become very worried. But before they said Shila Trinankurai, Krishna may step on the sharp husks of grain or sharp pointed grass. But now, finally, in the last verse of Gopi Geet, they're saying Kurpadi bi Brahmatidi. Because we're on the bank of the river, and by the river there's stone. So if Krishna comes here, he may step on a sharp stone. Oh, that is unthinkable. And only thinking that our pran, it cannot even stay in our body. Our mind is, our chitta is completely disturbed, and our pran is about to leave our body. Bhavadayu Shamana. Oh Krishna, we'll give up our life. Whatever is left of our ayu, we'll offer that to you. May you have a long life, but now we'll die. Gopis are saying this. So Krishna said, why are you so worried about this? Gopis are saying, Bhavudayu Shamanaha, you are our ayu, you are our life. You are our Jivan Swarup. We are living fully in you, in forgetfulness of ourselves. And therefore, whatever you feel, whatever you experience, we experience that. Your pain is our pain. In fact, your pain is worse for us. If you step on sharp grass, we'll feel it like the bite of 1,000 scorpions. So this is why we are bewildered. So then, what is your Hridruja? What is the disease of your heart? Oh, this is our Hridruja. You see, gopis have no lust. Their heart disease is the anxiety that they feel that any desire of Krishna may not be fulfilled. The anxiety, the pain that they feel that Krishna may not be fully happy or may feel some inconvenience. And that is bewildering. That is their Hridruja. Therefore, Krishna, come and give us the nectar that can cure that. Where are your feet most happy? Walking round on the sharp grass or on our hearts? So gopis are praying, quickly, from wherever you're hiding, come here. We can only stay alive by that medicine. That medicine is with great mammata, with great possessiveness, to hold your feet upon our hearts and caress them. Only this can save our life. So when Sri Krishna was watching and he heard this, then you should know that Prem is not one-sided. Yaya tamam prapadyante tangs tataiva bhajami. So, if Krishna's lotus feet are the absolute life of Braj Gopis, if they cannot live without caressing his lotus feet with great mamata, then you should know that Krishna feels the same way about Srimati Radhika. Forget the others. This is someone saying gopis. Don't worry about them. Krishna feels like that about our Swamini, Srimati Radhika. Brahma Metoryo Purana Nagayan Veda Richa Suti Chao Guna Chayan Dekyo Duro Dekyo Sunyo Kabahu Nakahu Wo Kaisi Surupa O Kaisi Subayan Herata Terata Hari Paro Rasakana Batayana Loga Lugayan Dekyo Duro Seva Kunja Kutir Me Baitatur Radhika Bhayatatalo Radhikapayan. One poem in Brajabhasa by Rasakan. He's saying, Brahma me Doryo Purana Nagayan. I want you to know what is Brahma, the Supreme Truth. So I listened to the Puranas and I listened to the mantras of the Vedas, and after listening to all of that I still couldn't understand. I went here and there asking people, what is Brahma, Supreme Truth? What shape or color or what is it like? But no one could tell me. So finally I came to Vrindavan. And when I was wandering in Vrindavan, I came to Sevakunj, and there in the distance I saw Parabrahma. What was he doing? Massaging the lotus feet of Radhika. This is what Parabrahma is doing. With great mamata, caressing the lotus feet of Radhika with great mamata, oh Radhika, you are mine. So what is expressed here by Braj Gopis towards Krishna? Know that love. Hearing these words, Krishna thought, I have to do Atmadan. Give my soul in charity to Radhika. And so from his hiding place he immediately appeared there. So this bhav of this verse, Yatte sujata charanam buruham staneshu. Mahaprabhu used to relish. All the Vaishnavas are relishing. But we ourselves, we don't want that mood. That is a Naika bhav. That we will hold Krishna's lotus feet on our heart. We want that Radhika should hold Krishna's lotus feet on our heart. More than that, we want that Krishna will hold Radhika's lotus feet on his heart. This is better. So, not directly the meaning of this verse, but by Bhyanjan Briti, the implication of this verse. In other words, if Radhika's love is expressed here, and love has both ways, the implication of the verse is that Krishna feels like this about Radhika's feet when he is in separation. This we can applaud and appreciate. So, in this way, the Vaishnavas relish this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Naika Bhav, but by the implication, we follow the Bhav of Radhika's Sakhis. These Sakhis are also of different types. But Srila Rupa Goswami Pada has given the definition, the general definition, which covers, umbrella definition, which covers the nature or the qualification of all the Sakhis. So the Naika means the heroine. She's the group leader. She wants to meet herself directly with Krishna, and Sakhis means her friends, and they're focused on only arranging for their heroine to meet with the hero Krishna. So Srila Rupa Goswami, he said, Prema Leela Viharanam Sambyak Vistarika Sakhi Visramba Ratna Peting Cha Tato Shushtu Vivichyate. Very beautiful verse. He's saying that Sakhi is that person who is like a jewelry box. And in the jewelry box, the heroine keeps the treasure, the ratna, the jewels of her Vishramba, confidence and trust. Radhika has many secrets. And she keeps the jewels of those secrets in the hearts of her Sakhis. And she trusts. This trust means that Krishna is very tricky. And he's not really Viveki. He has no discrimination. So it may be if one gopi sends her friend to arrange meeting with her, then Krishna will try to catch the friend and have a meeting with her before going to meet. Yeah. But the heroine has Vishramba, confidence and trust that her Saki will never ever accept any of the proposals and propositions of Krishna. So they are Vishramba Peti, Vishramba Ratna Peti, the jewelry box of the valuable gems of confidence and trust of Radhika. And Prema Leela Viharanam, Prem means love, Leela means pastimes, Viha means amorous pastimes. In this context, very confidential amorous pastimes, that is Viha. Samyag means completely. Vistarika Saki, the Saki is that person who does Vistarika, expands. So here are three things: Prema, Leela and Bihar. Love, pastimes and confidential union. These three, they're all, the Saki does, she is Vistarika, she's the one who expands that. So there are three meanings come out, but Vistarika also has two connotations. One is Vikyapan. Vikyapan means to reveal or to broadcast. To reveal or to broadcast. And another meaning is Vivardhana. Vivardhana means to expand. So if we take two meanings of Vistarika Saki, then the definition of a Saki, of a friend, is that very confidential, trustworthy companion who does six things. The Vikyapana, the revealing and broadcasting, and the Vivardhana, the increase of Prema, Leela and Viha. So Prem Vivardhan, Leela Vivardhan, Viha Vivardhan, Prem Vikyapan, Leela Vikyapan, Viha Vikyapan. And six things come out from, meanings come out from this verse. That is a Saki. So how do the Sakis expand and reveal Prem? If Radhika is in one place and the Krishna is in another place, then the Sakis act as duties, messengers, and they go to one. If one Gopi, one Saki will go to Radhika, she's just come from Krishna, and then she will reveal Krishna's Prem to Radhika. Understand? So they reveal the Prem. She'll say to Radhika, Dheera Sumire Jamuna Tire Bosati Bane Bandmali Pina Payoda Harisara Mahadan Chantilakara Yuga Shali Nama Sametam Krita Sanketam Vadayate Mridu Venum Bahumanate Tanu Tehitanu Sangata Pavana Chalitam Apirenum Pavana Chalitam Apirenum. Saki has just come from a kunj where Krishna was waiting, and now she's arrived at the lotus feet of Radhika and telling her, on the bank of Jamuna, in a beautiful forest where a cool, gentle breeze is blowing, Krishna has decorated himself with a beautiful garland and ornaments. He's made himself so beautiful because he's very eager. His hands are very eager to massage you. Listen, can you hear the sound of a flute? By the sound of his flute, he's calling your name. Radhika said, how do you know he's calling my name? Maybe it's someone else's. He's indicating someone else. Saki said, don't think like that. His love is such that even the breeze which is blowing from your direction, carrying particles of dust which may have touched your body, when those particles of dust approach him, he folds his hand and gives pranam. He has such love for you, such honor for you. So in this way, the Sakhi reveals to Radhika the love of Krishna, and hearing this, then the love of Radhika is increasing. So, Vikyapana and Vivardhana, and conversely, sometimes then the Sakhi will go to Krishna. Krishna's wondering, is Radhika upset with me? Is she angry? Will she try to avoid me for I don't know how many days or weeks? So to allay the fears of Krishna, then the Sakhi will have to tell Krishna, don't think like that. Nindati chandanam induhu kiranamanu vindati kedam adiram vyala nilaya milanehi nagaralamiva kalayati malaya samiram madabha savirahe tavadinam madava manasija bishika baya diva bhavanaya tvailinam. Krishna, is she angry with me? No, no, no. Don't think like that. She's feeling separation from you so intensely that the cool rays of the moon seem to be burning her. That the fragrant breeze coming from the south, from the Malaya hills, which is fragrant with the fragrance of chandan, that seems to her to be like a poison. And she feels that Cupid is shooting so many arrows at her heart. But because she's meditating on you and seeing you in her heart, then she's taking lotus flowers and trying to cover her heart to save you from the arrows of Cupid. Radhika's waiting for you in a kunj. She's made a bed of beautiful lotus petals. And she's lying down on that bed. But because she feels so much separation from you, this soft bed feels like a sharp arrows. Just like a yogi lies down on a bed of arrows, doing tapasya, austerities, to get some fantastic enjoyment in the future. So Radhika is like that, like a yogi, lying on the bed of arrows. Actually soft flower petals, but this is her Krishna's hearing. So the Sakhi is what? Vikyapan, revealing Radhika's prem to Krishna, and prem vivardhana, and his love is increasing. Hearing like this. So prema sambyak vistarika, prema lila. How are gopis revealing the lila and also increasing the lila? They increase the lila by when Radhika and Krishna, they come to meet in the forest. Then, first of all, the Sakhis prevent, stop and delay that meeting. Lalita Sakhi will say, Durte brajanda tanaye tanu shustubamyam ma dakshina bhavakalankini lagavaya radhe giram suni hutam iti shikshayantim devim gunai sulalitam lalitam brahma. Lalita Sakhi said, Oh Radhika, listen to me. Oh Kalankini, that means young girl with a bad reputation. Oh Kalankini, listen to me. If you want to know what's good for you, that Krishna, he's a dhurta, he's a cheetah. So don't be submissive to him. Be very contrary. Otherwise he'll take advantage of you and he'll cheat you. And anyway, if girls are easily available, then the boy will soon lose interest. So pay attention to my words. So in this way, Lalita Sakhi, she gives instructions to Radhika and she prevents the meeting. But then they also allow the meeting. In fact, their Sakhis are bringing Krishna and also bringing Radhika. So they're preventing them from meeting and also bringing them together to meet. In this way, the Leela is expanding. They expand the lila. And then when they meet, they're also present. And the Sakhis are expanding the lila by their joking words. Radha and Krishna sit down together in a kunj. Krishna has already defeated the gopis in so many sports like splashing water and spraying with colors. So then Radhika's thinking, oh Vishaka, please arrange some game that we can play that requires some brains. Because these are all power sports. And he's stronger, so he defeated us. But now let's play a game that requires some brains so we can dispatch his pride. So then the lead, Vishaka, she bought the dice board for a gambling game and all the pieces and the dice, everything. So Radha Krishna sat down to play. Very eager. And all the Sakhis are sitting around them also. Very nice. Kunj Leela. Vrindavan Akeli. Krishna said, alright, what are the stakes? There should be high stakes. Okay, these are the stakes. If I lose, then I have to accept your... If I win, then you have to accept my embrace. If I win. And if I lose, then I have to accept your embrace 10 times. Radharani said, I never heard of such a gambling match before. Be serious. Be serious. I'll bet my jewel, my Shamantaka money, and you should bet your flute. So Krishna agreed. So they began to play, and they rolled the dice, and Radhika won. All Sakhis are there cheering. Radhe 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 Jai Jai Radhe 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 Jai Jai Radhe. And they are laughing and making jokes, criticizing Krishna. Oh Krishna, this game requires some intelligence. This is not cow grazing, is it, Krishna? And they embarrass him with their jokes. Then Radhika said, hand over your flute. But Krishna, when no one was looking, he tucked it in somewhere, in his cloth, where they couldn't see it. He said, you know, I just can't find it right now. He was looking around. I can't find it right now. Krishna's pretending he didn't know where it was. Radhika very stealthily, by sleight of hand, pulled it out from Krishna's cloth. So in this way, gopis are laughing, joking, and they're doing the Vistarika Sakhi, expanding the Leela of Radha and Krishna. And also, Vikyapan, they're also announcing, they're revealing, broadcasting. How do they do that? When Radha and Krishna have been playing together, dancing, they become somewhat fatigued, they're perspiring. So Radha and Krishna sit down on a throne together, Ratnavedi. And now it's time for entertainment. So then the Sakhis, especially the maidservants of Radha and Krishna, they'll come and they'll perform some musical song, recite some poetry, or perform a drama for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. But what is the subject of this drama, the subject of this poetry? Radha Krishna's pastimes. So they may sing a song about Radha and Krishna's first meeting. Or when Radhika first sat down next to Krishna. Sat down and Krishna sat down next to her. Radhika turned her face away. When Krishna put his arm around her, then she went like this. When Krishna was speaking joking words, Radharani was... And when Krishna tried to kiss her, she turned her face and he kissed on the cheek. So in this way, Sakhis sing some songs and poetry, describing, reminding Radha Krishna of the first time they met. And in this way, they are revealing, and Vardhana also is going on. So that is Prema, Leela and Vihar. How are the Sakhis revealing and also increasing the Vihar? Because if Radha and Krishna, sometimes Krishna is very bold. Sometimes he's so desperate he cannot help it. He'll somehow or other burglarize Radhika's house. I mean, where her mother-in-law and husband and all her in-laws live, Krishna cannot check himself. Somehow he'll try to break in there and try to meet with Radhika. But then there's a great danger that Abhimanyu, her husband, or Jutila or Kutila may discover them. Then how can Radha Krishna enjoy their vihar if this is in the back of their mind? Not possible. So the Sakhis, they always come up with some excuse to try to get rid of Jutila. Oh Jutila, I saw your son Abhimanyu, he's suffering from rheumatism. On the bank of Jamuna, he cannot move, he needs some help. And really, then she'll set off, looking for him, but he's not there. So they should be gone for a long time. Sometimes Lalita Sakhi will tell Abhimanyu, oh Abhimanyu, in order so that you'll be very wealthy, prosperous and healthy, Radharani wants to worship the sun god. And to please the sun god, we need the milk from a brown cow with red eyes. So please go out into the Goshala and look through the herd of hundreds of thousands of cows, find that cow and bring some milk so that Radhi can do this puja for your health, wealth and prosperity. So then Abhimanyu goes off. Lalita knows, oh, he'll be gone for a long time. And then Radha Krishna, they feel very safe because the Sakhis have protected them. So, Viharanam, Vistarika, the Sakhis are expanding the intimate meeting of Radha Krishna by protecting them from any outside influence. And Vikyapan also. Vikyapan means describing or broadcasting. How do they do that? Vacha suchita savari ratkala pragalbaya radikam vrida kunchana lochanam viradatam sakke aso sakinam aso tatvakshora chitta keli makari pandit chaparam gata kaishoram safali karot kalayam kunje viharum hari. Rupa Goswami said, see, Krishna, the youthful adolescent Krishna made his life successful, playing with Radhika in the kunjas of Vrindavan. In the morning when Radhika Sakhis come to meet with her, then Krishna is joking so much. How does he joke? He's describing to Lalita and Vishaka. So, actually Radhika, she could not remember what happened. Because when she becomes in Kamavesh, absorbed in the love for Krishna, then she forgets everything. Then when that Kamavesh goes away, she thinks, oh, what did I do? What did I say? So Radhika herself doesn't know what she was doing and what she was saying. So afterwards, then the Sakhis, they tell Radhika. They tell her, they reveal to Radhika her own pastimes. Because she doesn't know what was going. They were looking through this thing here, like this. There's called Jalarandra. They don't exactly have like this, but something like that. Jalarandra of the Kunjakuti is the maid servants of Radhika peeping through and seeing. Afterwards, they can tell Radhika, oh, what happened? Because she doesn't know. And sometimes, Krishna is so much in ecstasy, in the embrace of Radhika, that Krishna will faint. Then Radhika thinks, oh, she takes her play lotus and hits him. And then she gets up and leaves the kunj. Then later Krishna wakes up. Oh, what happened? Where is Radhika? But he doesn't know. Then who will reveal to him what happened? That's Vikyapan. So, there is the Viharanam, Vihar, Vivardhana, and Viha, Vikyapan. These are the activities of the Sakhis. So among those Sakhis, some have equal love for Radha and Krishna. Some have more love for Krishna than Radhika. And some have more love for Radhika than for Krishna. So our Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, they have that mood. Radha Snayadika, more love for Radhika. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Yakuti Kabe Hamabu Jabo Se. Will I be able to realize the beauty of the Yugal Priti, the love of Radha and Krishna. So, this verse we are discussing, Yate sujata charanam buruham staneshu. How Braj Gopis, they feel the feelings of Krishna. And they go mad if they cannot bring happiness to him, or if he'll be in a state of suffering. So, the maid servants of Radhika, they have that feeling to the lotus feet of Radhika. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami said, Padabjoyastava bina paradasya-bhava nanyat kadapi samaye kila deviyache sakyayate mama namostu nityam dasyayate mama rasostu satyam. O Shrimati Radhika, I'll never ask you for anything. I only want to serve your lotus feet. If you want me to be like your Sakhis and sometimes play directly with Krishna myself, then I say no. I don't want to be like Lalita and Vishaka. I bow down to them eternally. I only want to relish the ever-fresh flavor of the rasa of your Pada Padma Seva, service to your lotus feet. So really, that is the Manjri Bhav, Palya-dasya-bhava. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, when Radhika is in separation from Krishna, I cannot tolerate it. As Kamala Manjri say, I cannot tolerate. For the sake of bringing Radha and Krishna together, I can give up my life. If I were to ever to be separated from the service of Radhika's lotus feet, it would feel to me like the annihilation of the cosmos. So this is the prem, this is the mamata, the possessiveness, the attachment, the dedication of the Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari to the lotus feet of Radhika. That bhav is our sadhya of all our sadhana. So what is sadhana? Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhavasa sadhana bida nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam vriddhi sattata. When all the engagements of our senses in hearing and chanting and remembering is exclusively only for the purpose of attaining that intense dedication, mamata, possessiveness, attachment and love for the lotus feet of Radhika, which is there in the heart of her Nityasiddha maidservants. When our hearing chanting, remember, is performed for that, by which their mercy, their bhav becomes reflected into our heart, and our hearts melt with the intense anxiety to be with Radha Krishna, to render favorable service, and to have such deep friendship with them, then this is called sadhana bhakti. Remember this. Any casual or careless engagement in hearing, chanting is not sadhana. This is sadhana for those who are in this line of Srila Rupa Goswami. Gaur Premanande.